Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is officially reclaiming this critical Fibonacci level on the chart, while the price of Bitcoin is also playing out this bullish crossover in the short term in the MACD indicator. And right now, we are on the edge of potentially a major breakout here in the short term from a new price pattern. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, starting off on the weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now Bitcoin is still playing out this massive bull market signal on the larger time frames. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, we're still playing out this huge bullish crossover on the larger time frames in the weekly Bitcoin MACD. So right now things are looking very bullish on the larger time frames, as I've been saying over the last few months. And if we're taking a look at this 4-day time frame, as of right now, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bullish market. So as I always say, despite what happens in the short term, when we're zooming out, things are looking very bullish right now. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, we still have this Fibonacci extension level on the weekly time frame at approximately 102,000. So around 100k to 102k, we're likely going to find some resistance in that area on the price chart. But obviously we already have found resistance close to 100k, considering that is a strong psychological level of resistance. But with that being said, once we can actually see a confirmed breakout above 100k, then in that case we'll likely head up towards around 113,000 once we actually confirm a breakout above 100k. But in the meantime, Bitcoin is now officially reclaiming this Fibonacci level on the price chart, which was that 94 to 95k level. And obviously over the last couple of days, we did see a break to the downside below that level, but just over the last one day, we now confirmed a 3-day candle close back above this Fibonacci level. And so in the short term, this is some good news. Obviously, anytime where we reclaim an important level on the price chart, that is good news, that is bullish news here in the short term. And so around that region on the chart, in between around 93 to 95k, basically, we do have a bit of support around there. But once again, we still have a lot of resistance at close to 100,000 and just above 100,000. And once we can finally break out above that level, then we'll be heading towards around 113,000. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 12-hour time frame, right now the price of Bitcoin is technically still playing out this bearish divergence, because for now on the 12-hour time frame, we've not confirmed an invalidation signal to invalidate the bearish divergence. But if we see a breakout in the RSI or in the price, so for example, if the RSI breaks out above this line of resistance, or ideally if the RSI breaks out above this previous high, that would completely invalidate the bearish divergence. But if we see a breakout in the price action, let's just say from a slight little higher high in the price while the RSI is still sitting in lower highs, then we'll just have to reconfirm a new bearish divergence in that case if the price is in higher highs and the RSI is still sitting in lower highs. So ideally, in order to flip very bullish again in the short term, we need to see a breakout here in the RSI. And if we're comparing this price action and this RSI to what we saw pretty much exactly 4 years ago, around November entering into December 2020, we saw a very similar price action for Bitcoin and this RSI. We're playing out a bearish divergence on the same time frame, the 12-hour time frame, just underneath a key level on the price chart, an important level, which was that 20k level. And this time around, of course, is the 100k level, which is strong psychological resistance. But once we finally saw a breakout here in the RSI, as you can see from this moment onwards, once we broke out in the RSI above this descending line of resistance, that was an invalidation signal to tell us that the bearish divergence is coming to an end. And what came next from that point onwards was a breakout over the next few days. And as soon as we broke out above that strong psychological level of resistance back then, around 4 years ago, we saw an explosion pretty much straight to the upside in the price of Bitcoin to much higher levels. And so if we're simply comparing the current price to what we saw back here, obviously soon enough we'll eventually see that major breakout at some point, potentially in the next couple of weeks or so. But for now, we're just chopping around sideways, playing out a bearish divergence. And then when we finally invalidate this bearish divergence by seeing a breakout here in the RSI, that'll be the signal to basically get ready for a huge breakout. And the moment we break out above 100,000 with candle closes above that level, so a strong confirmed breakout above 100,000, in that case would likely go to much higher price prices. And an initial price target beyond that level would be once again around 113,000 as a major price target and potential point of resistance based on this 2618 Fibonacci extension on the 3-day time frame. And if you want to get set up ready to go to take these trading opportunities in the price of Bitcoin or any other crypto, personally I take most of my trades over on Bybit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade as your first trade over on Bybit, but that's only available if you use the link below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitfinex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitfinex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitfinex. So I'll also leave a link to Bitfinex below this video. And if you use that link to make your account, you can get up to a 5.5k deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitfinex exchange forever. But that's only available if you use the link below this video to make your Bitfinex account. So as another option out there, other than Bybit, one that you can access from the US, once again, there's Bitfinex, links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, taking a look at this Bitcoin chart on the 4-hour time frame, right now we're continuing the perfect bounce from this area of support, sitting in between around 91,000 to 92,000 approximately, based on the volume profile indicator. Right now, we have a lot of traded volume in that region, showing a lot of support in that region on the price chart, but we are also getting closer towards this area of resistance based on the same indicator, and that's sitting in between around 97,500 to around 98,500. So in that region on the price chart, expect some short-term resistance. And so ultimately, I'll not be too surprised if we see a bit of struggle in that region, maybe even a slight little rejection and chop around for a little bit longer before ultimately seeing a breakout at some point later on to continue the larger bull market. And if we're taking a look at this 4-hour Bitcoin chart, technically speaking, we're still playing out this bullish crossover in the 4-hour Bitcoin MACD, but obviously, unlike these two previous examples back here, we don't have as much bullish momentum this time around compared to these two previous examples. And so obviously back here, for example, we saw a massive move in the price of Bitcoin to the upside over the next 1 to 2 days. And then back here, we also saw a decent sized move towards the upside in the price of Bitcoin over the next couple of days or so. But this time around, we've seen a slight bullish move and it's started to fizzle out a little bit. But with that being said, it's still more bullish than bearish. We've seen a bullish cross and not another bearish cross. And so even though we're lacking bullish momentum this time around, it's technically still slightly more bullish than it is bearish. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at this 3-hour Bitcoin chart, right now we are potentially about to confirm a new inverse head and shoulders pattern, because right now we have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And now this is not a perfect textbook inverse head and shoulders pattern because the shoulders are a little bit different sizes, and also it's occurring close to a top rather than near a bottom. But with that being said, if enough people trade this as an inverse head and shoulders pattern and buy or place long positions right at this breakout, basically it can be a self-fulfilling prophecy and play out as if it were an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And so with that being said, if we can first confirm the breakout above this neckline, which by the way is sitting at around 96.9k, so basically if we can see candle closes above around 97,000, in that case that would confirm the breakout and confirm this pattern, which would set up a bullish price target for this pattern. And that price target, if we first confirm the breakout, would be sitting at around just under 104,000, around 103.8k approximately. So from the point of the breakout to that price target, that's around a 7% move towards the upside with no leverage, or with a 10x leverage long position, for example, around a 70% profit. And so obviously that's a potential trading opportunity that we could take here, but I want to make it clear that right now this price target is not in play because we've not yet confirmed a breakout above this neckline with candle closes. And even if we see this confirmed breakout sometime soon, of course, we still have a point of resistance that we cannot ignore that could prevent the price heading towards that price target. So keep that in mind. But either way, if you want to trade these moves in the price of any crypto, once again, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.